Let's talk about comedy. Now, in the fast-paced world of comedy, where trends shift and audiences evolve, standing out while staying true to your unique voice is no easy feat. Today, we dive into the art of staying authentic in comedy industry to explore how comedians balance originality with success. From writing fresh material to maintaining an authentic persona, we'll cover the secrets behind staying true to yourself while making people laugh. Joining me on the show today is Nigerian comedian Phronesis. Phronesis, how you doing? Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. Hi, how you doing?
I'm
Hello,
all right.
everybody. What's going on?
I'm right. I'm good. It's good you can join us on the show today. Now, because of time, let's jump right into the conversation. Now, we're talking about being authentic and staying true to your craft as a comedian. Let me start by saying, as a comedian, how do you come up with content that you put out there when doing stand-up? I want to hear from you first before we move into the next level of conversation.
Well, me personally, I have a different way of coming up with my own materials because I like to research. I like to check on what's going on around the world. I don't like to center my material in Nigeria. So I like to research around the world, what's going on. I look at the U.S. politics, for example. I look at what's happening with Ukraine and Russia. I just look at these people and see how I can still localize it, and then bring out the material. You just have to stay very, very, very current with happenings around the world. That's pretty much it. Yeah. So I just, I feed off of happenings around the world, and then that's why I coined my material from. Yeah.
Okay. So you're particularly talking about staying on trends, things that are happening per time, right? That's how you create content. So let's talk about.
That's how you do.
Yeah. So let's talk about being original, because there's been conversations where the older generation comedians, if I'm permitted to use that word, the older generation comedians, talking of the likes of Ali Baba, Okay Bakassi, and Basket Mount, and some of the others, older generations. And there are times where we hear that they make comments that sometimes the younger generation comedians, in quotes, steal their jokes or recycle their jokes or use their jokes that they've used before to create content. Now, the question I would like to ask you is, does any comedian have a right to say, this is my joke because he created it? Or is it, or he has to have a patent document to owning the joke? Can't we all just use the content as it's out there? What do you have to say to this?
Yeah, so basically, the truth is, it's something that I've been trying to work on over time. Intellectual property. If like for example, if someone creates a material,
yes,
and then you can also have an idea of the same premise of the material, but not use up the punchlines, not use up the body of the joke, not use up the idea of the joke, but you can create topic from.
Phronesis, I don't think you. Can you hear me? Are you still there?
Trump as your own material. That's stealing. That's theft.
Okay.
But you can also joke on Donald Trump and not using my own stuff on Donald Trump to make your joke. Do you understand me? So that's just the difference.
Okay.
The topic are endless. You can create topics from any. You can use any topic to create a material, but not use the elements used in making my own material and go take it on the stage, on a bigger stage, and then you have become big. They know you with the joke, but you didn't create that joke. So I don't blame the older generation when they say that, because there are a lot of, I don't want to remove myself, but I'm different. There are a lot of comedians who are lazy to go into their materials. Okay, it's laziness, it's mental laziness. You don't want to sit and write. Writing is boring and can be very, very demanding. Let me not lie.
Okay.
But if you have passion for the craft so much, just go to your. SLK has a new comedy special on Netflix, on YouTube. And he sat down to do that material. It's not easy, but you have to do the work. You have to do the work. Yeah.
Okay, so Phronesis, I want to bring us into a bit into the music industry and see how that works there as well. Because in the music industry, we have people who use content from old tracks to recreate new songs, right? And sometimes they become generally accepted and they have to go back to take permission from the owners of the old songs. So, don't you think that in this case of the older generation comedians calling out the younger generation comedians for using their content, what about the angle of, calling them to set up collaborations instead of, calling them out as stealing their property? What do you think? Don't you think that's a better way to handle the situation?
Well, there is something that I feel the older ones should have done, which this might not be the forum to say it, but I'll say it anyways. A lot of want to be there, and some of them hate the younger ones who are coming, who are original. Like you said, collaboration is the way to go. I've not seen an older comedian who has taken a younger comedian and say, you know what, let's go on a tour together. Apart from Basketmouth, Bobby, and Ali Baba, yeah. But other guys, they just shield that their small circle. I mean, make him no come, I beg. I mean, just stay, I mean, I like to make reference to when Kevin Hart became big. Chris Rock is from the older generation, but Chris Rock went on the tour with Kevin Hart. Then again, it's Africa. We love the boss and boy relationship. Now my boy, I want carry and go tour. But I can decide to say I want to go on the road, with a Basketmouth, for example, and it's not I'm going on the road with my guy. We are touring together. I'm just saying. So what I think the older generation would have done is to say, what, guys, you guys are killing and doing a good job. I want to step back and watch you guys cook, and let me see what you guys are doing. There are great comedians who don't even steal. I promise you, who are very authentic, who are my contemporaries. I can only speak for my contemporaries because I know how much we said to ourselves that if I'm going to ever hit the mainstream, we are not going to tell people's materials. We are going to do the work, put in the work, and then here we are today, smiling to the bank. Because I had to put in the work, yes.
Yeah, I like the fact that you use the phrase smiling to the bank, which means right now comedy is more financially lucrative than it was before. Yes. So don't you think that is also a bit of the reason why the older generation that you said would not collaborate with the younger generation? Would they feel that, okay, for all the work we've put in, you guys are the ones who are coming out to enjoy the spoils? Don't you think that is a bit of the bad blood behind the act that is being exuded? What do you think?
No, I don't agree, because the comedians, the older generation comedians, I can tell you that they are still smiling to the bank. Unless they're not being true, they are still smiling to the bank. We are just feeding off of we are smiling to the bank. Let me not, for modesty's sake, let me not just try and dampen the fact that we also are smiling to the bank. However, they are in the head of the food chain. Do you understand me?
Okay.
They are there. They are making money. They are hitting it. Do you get my point? I don't think that's the reason. I think the reason is a lot of the younger ones are not true to themselves. Some of them just want to bite off of the clientele or the circle that these older ones have built, and then run from there. Loyalty might be the problem. Okay, so if I'm loyal to this particular guy, and then he's shown me some of his circle, and I go behind him and I'm like, man, leave that guy, he's old, people do that. I'm just saying. So that might be the fear, I don't know. But they are still smiling to the bank. We are like, social media opened up a lot. So I don't really need this guy to see me. I just create my own platform, tell my jokes. I load it on social media. Somebody sees me in Uganda and says, guy, I like you, come to Uganda. Somebody sees me from Rwanda and says, man, that's some international standard stuff. Come to Uganda, come to Rwanda. That's it. We really do not need them. Honest, I'm being factual here.
Yeah.
But there's room for collaboration because these guys have more experience. They've been there, done that, they've seen the ropes, they know how it works. So I mean, me personally, I'm open to collaboration of any sort, both from the people from the skit making world, to Nollywood, to the music scene, to the older generation. I mean, we should do stuff together. I mean, look at the recent AY Live. It was AY Live, it was AY Basket, and I Go Die. I mean, 3 giants coming together to put up a show.
Yeah.
I mean, it's something out of the world, It's something out of the world. So we should do more collaboration. And it's not, collaboration shouldn't be, I'm a big name, I cannot collaborate with this guy because it's small. You know the guy, he's authentic with his materials.
Yeah.
He's authentic with his craft. Collaborate with the guy. That's the only way you can help him and also salvage the industry, because nobody go there forever. You go die one day.
True.
So what's the legacy? Not to ride car and build mansion. The legacy is to keep the industry afloat with the ones that you help groom. And they have come to stand that Basket Mount helped me, Bobby helped me, Alibaba was there for me, and I can never, I'm just saying.
All right. Well, because of time, Phronesis, we'll have to go. But thank you for this point you've made clearly that collaborations will definitely make it stand properly, help the industry grow properly from where it is. But definitely, we'll talk about this again same time next week. I thank you for joining us on the show. And yes, now we know that it's not really bad blood. It's just that the collaboration is not there. Thank you for your time, Phronesis. Thank you for joining us on the show.